In this video, I'm going to talk about the work I will present at ISCA 2018. This work is about a technique called RegMutex that provides GPU register time sharing between the warps. On GPUs, in order to allow context switching between warps with zero overhead, registers inside the streaming multiprocessors are statically assigned, meaning a fixed number of registers are requested throughout kernel execution, and are exclusive, meaning allocated physical registers cannot be used by other warps. However, static and exclusive assignment strategy can reduce the kernel occupancy. To illustrate this, let's consider a simplified example. Assume that there are 48 warp registers on the SM and a kernel asks for 31 registers per thread. Although there are points in the program that registers are allocated to the warp but are not used, the next warp has to wait for the first warp to fully finish before initiating the execution. We address this problem using RegMutex, a compiler microarchitecture technique that time multiplexes SM registers between warps during the kernel execution. In our technique, compiler marks regions of the kernel binary with high register consumption. Registers needed in such areas form extended register set. In RegMutex, we set aside a region of the register file as shared register pool. When program needs working with extended set, it has to acquire it from the pool. Warps can also acquire extended sets from sections of the pool previously used by other warps. Here is the same example when using RegMutex. You can see that both warps can run at the same time and second warp has to wait only briefly until the first warp has finished working with the extended register set. RegMutex provides higher kernel occupancy and better performance for kernels consuming too many registers. Compared to approaches already proposed, RegMutex requires much lower hardware overhead because it offloads the majority of resource allocation tasks to the compiler. It can also be easily disabled at the compiler side without any side effects if the user decides to do so. Thank you. We hope to see you at our talk.